And welcome back to the second semifinal of the U Sport on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championship from Carleton University in Ottawa. I'm Stevie Ball along with Alex Zaslavsky, and we're proud to bring you the call today of the second semifinal. We had a cracker in the first one as the Caravan have booked their ticket into the final with a 1-0 win in extra time. And we're just getting ready now for the Cape Breton Capers versus the hometown Carleton Ravens. And we look at the brackets here, Alex, and the Guelph Griffins go home very disappointed, undefeated season, nothing to hang their heads about. You lose in overtime, but the Caravans just have that pedigree of winning, don't they?
Guelph put the ball in the net, Steve. It was called back. They thought they had equalized. They hadn't. Caravan, just a quality team who just knows how to finish games. They have those players that are just high-level players, experienced at this level. They did the business. They're in the national final.
Yeah, and of course, we're eagerly awaiting the Cape Breton Capers, no strangers to this tournament, and the Carleton Ravens also, this is their fourth time in a row, and as the hosts, they're going to be in tough tonight, Alex, but the crowd will certainly be on their side.
You know, both teams have a consistent appearance at the national championship, Stevie, over the last number of years. Cape Breton looked a little bit shaky in their game with Laval, I must say. When they conceded, they probably didn't expect to concede. They looked a little bit at 6s and 7s. Carleton, of course, went down 2-0 early in their game to UBC and had to fight back and battle back and ended up winning the game on penalties. So both teams kind of had a bit of a scare on their way here, but I expect it's going to be one of the games of the tournament today.
Yeah, I mean, we're down to the final three now as the Carabins are in, and the Ravens or the Cape Breton Capers will be the next entrant. And we see the officials there getting ready, and people in the stadium still walking in, and it's going to be a full house here tonight for the second semi-final.
It was a perfect day, Stevie, wasn't it? We were just down at pitch level, you and I, not too long ago. Not a lot of wind, really good temperatures. Really, I'd say completely adequate conditions for a brilliant game of fall soccer here in the nation's capital.
Agreed. It's a second semi-final between the Cape Breton Capers and the Carleton Ravens, where a few minutes we're going to have the national anthem first, and we'll have the players lining up, and then we'll have the kickoff. So stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you. You're watching U Sport Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. And welcome back as we see the crowd here at the Raven Perch. We're at U Sports on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championship from Carleton University in Ottawa. And you see the Carleton Ravens are warming up and getting ready for kickoff, and huge crowd here expected on a Saturday night in the nation's capital. There's the Carleton Ravens, the home team. They'll take on the Cape Breton Capers here in the second semifinal. The Caravan are through to the final, booking their place earlier this afternoon, and either the Ravens or the Capers will meet them on Sunday. Both of these teams will also play regardless in the bronze medal match, which will happen before the gold medal match on Sunday afternoon. And I'm with Alex Zaslavsky. And Alex, we're eagerly anticipating this one. And the host team won a barn burner on penalties to get through, and it was an emotional night.
Emotional night, Stevie. Both teams have a lot to play for here. Both teams expecting to win the tournament coming in. I mean, Cape Breton just has such a pedigree of winning. Incredible resume on their head coach. So many players that have been all-star and rookie of the year selections this year and in the past couple of years. Carleton as well. This is a generational team. These players have been together for about 3-4 years now. Been in nationals 4 years in a row. Haven't really achieved what they've wanted to achieve yet. They are hoping that this is their year.
And we have a huge alumni presence there. The Bronson boys in the crowd, and Carleton will be wearing their all-white kit here at home with Carleton emblazoned on the front. And the Cape Breton Capers will be in their dark jerseys. So we're moments away from kickoff here at the Raven Perch. You see Kyle Potter, the goalkeeper, made a huge save to keep his team alive in the penalty shootout against UBC, the emotional Thursday night game. And the Cape Breton Capers there in black with the red trim.
Yeah, they showed themselves, Stevie, a lot of bottle in overtime. They had to come back after conceding 2 goals to Laval. Very unexpected for them. They were very in control of the game. Laval was able to demonstrate a lot of heart and a lot of effort to come back to 2-1, and they had Cape Breton reeling. Cape Breton did show that bit of quality in overtime. We're able to overcome 3-2. And we're underway here in the nation's capital.
Yeah, Charlie Waters was a big contributor for Cape Breton in that match. And scored 2 goals, and Cape Breton won 3-2 to book their place here into the semifinal, and we're just underway here. The first moments of the second semifinal, that's Matteo Debrienne into Conte. Conte to Debrienne, and in tight, and good passing from the 2 all-stars from Carleton down the campus side, and the referee's wearing a purple or violet color in the middle and on the sides. And the crowd's into it right off the bat, and Cape Breton in possession now. 2 strong teams, as Alex mentioned off the top, huge pedigree, perennial national championship contenders, and there's Ricky Comba playing again at left back here today. Cape Breton loops a ball in. It's dangerous enough. It'll bobble around, no foul in the box, and Carleton's swing and a miss there on Debrienne, and Cape Breton with a very big lineup here tonight too, Alex, and I think their size will be a factor as the game goes on.
Yeah, they're a big team, Stevie. We'll see if they try to take advantage of that through set pieces.
It's Cape Breton now coming forward. Down in the corner in the box, try to cut back, but Hassan Mohasser has to be careful. And Cape Breton with some applied pressure now, swinging around the back to Ewan Bold. Bold over to Watson. Watson will go direct into the box and try to put these Ravens under pressure, as UBC did in the first 20 minutes, and slick pitch there, and nothing came of it. It's going to be a goal kick for Carleton. The Bronson boys, the Carleton alumnus, a good 100 alumni here, in addition to the local crowd here from Carleton University. We're at the Raven Perch. That's Bronson Avenue in the background. Hal Potter, the goalkeeper for Carleton, will get it forward. Flicked on. And that'll go Cape Breton's way. You can hear the drum there in the background.
Momo Seni, the referee in the middle. Stevie's recovered from his injury from 2 days ago, it appears. Probably just a light hamstring strain or similar.
And he removed himself from a game, and on the dramatic first day of
the 4th official took over.
Of competition here at the Sport National Championships at Carleton University, and that'll deflect off a Batar and out for a throw-in. We're in for a battle royale here, ladies and gentlemen, as both of these teams are expecting gold, and Cape Breton, as Alex mentioned, a huge pedigree, perennial national championship contenders, and Carleton have certainly entered the fray in the last half-decade. Ball down to Tarek Ahmad, the hero from Thursday night. He'll knock it down to Scotty Mazzata. Mazzata will pressure the back line and win himself a throw-in. Into Piccioli. Similar lineup that we saw on Thursday, Alex. Not too many changes, and Carleton have won themselves the first corner kick of the match for them, and it's Matteo Debrienne, the Rookie of the Year, as we see the crowd there with the hockey stick and the flag.
Yeah, similar lineups for both teams.
Yep, and that's the coaches are, if it's a winning formula, Alex, there's probably no need to change. And Debrienne with his hand up, and he'll swing it in tight near post, dealt with by Cape Breton, but Debrienne will get a retake. Debrienne, sensational rookie with a fantastic season this year. The official coming in just to something going on in the 18-yard box. Debrienne anxious to take this corner kick. It's a bit more of a floater. Oh, and there was a good chance. Tarek Ahmad challenged the goalkeeper, and referee saw a foul there, but that's Tarek Ahmad, number 12, and he scored a goal to tie it up and also scored the winning penalty on Thursday, and having a massive season, the veteran from Saudi Arabia. It's Daniel Clark, the goalkeeper for Cape Breton, in the orange jersey, orange shorts. Had to be big against Laval, as Alex mentioned. Laval gave Cape Breton everything they could handle, and just couldn't pull it off in the end, and Cape Breton managed to find their way into the semi-final, as they often do. Bit of back and forth here. Early days, and there's Piccioli. Mazzotta down the Bronson side. Again, the pressure, and almost won a corner kick, but it's gone into the safe hands of Daniel Clark. Carleton will play a high line, Alex. That's what we've come to expect from the Ravens, and they'll definitely won't give the Capers much time playing out of the back. Crowd drumming from the outset. That's Ewan Bold. They'll knock it wide to Watson. Watson into Rivero de Cunha. De Cunha goes long, trying to free up Waters. Oh, Potter's got to be careful. That's gone over his head. It was a little chip from Waters. He's a cagey player, and Tara Kamad saved the day there. And that's Charlie Waters. He can score goals, Alex.
I think the ball might have just bit into the pitch, Stevie, and slowed down, and it threw off Kyle Potter's run.
Dangerous early chance there, and we'll see it here, as Alex mentioned. It just seemed to die right there, and Waters gets a foot to it. There's Tara Kamad. I mean, Tara Kamad's had a fantastic tournament, Alex, it must be said. Ball trickles out of bounds on the Bronson side. Some Saturday afternoon traffic. Sun's just going down here. It's getting a bit cooler.
Yeah, it's going to cool down at pitch level, isn't it?
There's Matteo Debrienne.
It's a bit of a shame.
Agreed. Crowd enjoys it, and Gabby Vitar will apply some pressure. Here come the Ravens. Dario Conte lurking. Acuna gets it out wide to Watson. Good tackle by Ricky Comba.
That's a hard bite.
Number 15, the captain of the Carleton Ravens.
Not normally a left back, but being asked to serve a purpose by Quincy Simone.
A purpose which you'll never refuse, of course. Ricky Comba, a very selfless player. Here are the Ravens. Good pressure now from the team in white. There's Piccioli into Batar. Batar can strike from anywhere inside 30 yards. Balls trickle through, and will Mazzotta get to the end of it? Not quite. It's going out for a goal kick.
So far, some good from Carleton. Stevie, they're pressing Cape Breton off the ball. They're doing well to keep possession themselves. Cape Breton's also well in control. They haven't been threatened at all, really. They're going to settle into the game and come into their own.
Here's Cape Breton now. Going back to Clark. Clark will swing it out to Ewan Bold. Ewan Bold will go back. A little bit of direction here is Cape Breton trying to figure out their formation. There's Matteo Debrienne, number 22 for the Ravens. Just
big defenders on the Cape Breton side.
Out to Watson. Watson's giving it away, though, and there's Carleton. They're just waiting for that repossession, Alex, and it's gone out to Scotty Mazzotta. Mazzotta with a deft touch. He's got two players. He'll do a stop and go and see if he can win himself a corner kick, but he'll keep it in bounds into Piccioli. Piccioli loses the tackle, but Mazzotta gets the ball in. There's Debrienne. Oof.
What a big collision, Stevie.
And that's a corner kick, and yeah, that was an untidy collision, but looks like Daniel Clark got the benefit of the doubt there as he came well over top of Matteo Debrienne. We'll catch that on the replay as bodies are flying everywhere.
Yeah, Clark had every right to go for that ball, Stevie. Both players, in fact, were ball focused. Mm-hmm. The goalkeeper just kind of came over the top of Debrienne, didn't he? Probably winded the player. Dino Morley shouting instructions. A native of Nottingham, Dino Morley has been the Capers coach since for all 5 of their AUS championships and all CUSU sports medals, gold, silver, and bronze at nationals. He was the head coach for the most recent AUS championship in 2018 and also brought the Capers to their 2nd national championships appearance.
Here we see the replay, Alex. Sorry to interrupt. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I think the goalie, it's a tough challenge, but the goalie has to go for that. And once he's committed, he did get the ball. If he misses the ball, it's a penalty. But he definitely got ball there. And Matteo Debrienne took a hard knock there, and he's on the ground.
Good to see him up on his feet, Stevie. Hopefully he can continue, but I think the referee will make him leave the pitch. It's been kind of inconsistent. I've seen injuries where the referee has made the player leave the pitch if the medic comes on, and sometimes the player does not have to leave the pitch. So it's uncertain exactly what the tournament rules are in that regard, but I believe FIFA rules are that the player needs to leave the pitch if the medic comes on.
Yeah, I don't see Debrian on there. He usually takes the corner kicks, Alex, but
I think the referee asked him to leave the pitch, Stevie. On the count of the... There he is, and he's back on the pitch now.
There's Carleton in possession. Oh, Piccioli. It's a decent shot. Clark had to be careful, but it's right at him, and he managed to control the rebound.
Catch the 2021 Protocase U Sports Women's Soccer Championship, presented by Bell Alliant all weekend long from Cape Breton University, only on CBC Sports and the CBC Gem app.
Foul against Carleton there as Mitch O'Brien sticks the boot in.
Yeah, the referee's going to want a word, Stevie.
Yeah, and Mitch has got to be careful here. You don't want to be picking up an early card. I think the ref's just going to have a word and say, listen, next time you're going in the book. And that's good officiating.
It is, Steve. O'Brien went in the book early in the referee's notebook a couple days ago, and he was ultimately substituted by Kwesi Loney. Mitch is probably going to want to stay on the pitch as long as he can today, and I think he'll be careful with that first yellow card about when he chooses to take it.
Agreed. Mitch is a physical player. That's part of his game, and an early yellow card would hamper that ability going forward in the match. Here's Cape Breton now. And an early chance with Charlie Waters nearly chipping over Kyle Potter as the ball held up at the top of the 18, but Tara Kamad prevented the goal, and there's Cape Breton. They'll go direct, and that's going to put Carleton under a great deal of pressure as Hassan Mohasser had something to deal with there. Mm-hmm. The communication between defender and goalkeeper.
Yeah, most definitely. Kyle Potter has had his fair share of bad luck with blooping balls, hasn't he, Stevie?
Yeah, absolutely correct, Alex. The two goals UBC scored were, one was a little chip and the other one took a slight deflection, but again ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, the first one was pure class. The second one just bad luck for the Carleton goalkeeper. Brilliant luck for the UBC player.
That's Waters taking the foul. Dario Conte and Gabby Bitar for the Ravens just hanging around there, making sure nothing's taken quickly. It's Charlie Waters, number 7 for the Cape Breton Capers. The native of Blackpool, England.
2021 AUS MVP Stevie with 2 goals and 18 assists. Tremendous tally. Led the country, of course, in assists. And a second-time AUS All-Star.
Ooh, that's an awkward ball. Potter thought it was actually right at him, but it just bent and curved into the far post, and good chance for the Capers. But it's headed over the bar by Ewan Bold. Bold, number 4 for the Cape Breton Capers, the captain. See some Capers fans who've made the trip down to the nation's capital. Good coordinated signs there. There's some Cairo fans. Cairo not getting the start today, but he'll be on the bench for the Capers. Very deep side, both of these teams, the Ravens and the Capers. Flag has stayed down, now it's gone up, and it'll go for Cape Breton on the Bronson side. Here's Cape Breton now, looking for a seam. Carleton's been marking tight and tackling hard. That ball will go out for a Raven throw.
Yeah, both teams up for it, Stevie. You can just tell that there's a degree of precision towards both sides trying to keep it on the deck, still feeling each other out, but at the same time, neither one's going to concede pitch possession to the other.
Certainly, it doesn't look like either side's fatigued, as the pace has been quite high thus far in the first 15 minutes of the match here, the second semi-final of the U-Sport Men's National Championship here on CBC Sports. Little unnecessary fanciness there, but served a purpose, I suppose, and ball bandied about in midfield back and forth, and a release ball now. I believe maybe that is Cairo getting the start. We didn't pick up the number, but looks like Cairo Core is on the pitch, and my apologies to the Core family. It's Mateo Debrian, number 22 for the Ravens. the OUA East Rookie of the Year and U Sport All Rookie Team member. Far post, Mazzotta's got to be careful. It's actually come off of him. He's managed to keep it in, and he'll relieve the pressure. But there is Cunha, Portuguese native. Out to Jamie Watson. Watson will take some space. Oof. Good effort there, and Tarek Ahmad had to be careful. Might have been fouled, and I think the refs called a push there. It's a shame Daniel Williams actually had a corner kick, but he got the hands up, Alex, and the ref saw that, and it was a good call by the official.
Yeah, it was gutsy defending by Tarek Ahmad.
Yeah, he went for the nutmeg there. He's probably almost beaten, but
Joseph stay on his feet, Stevie at fourth in there. I think you go down, you always take the risk of giving away a penalty, but he was able to stay on his feet and earn his team that free kick.
Kyle Potter getting it to the midway point. As Carleton winning that second possession, the crucial second possession. Ball's in the air a lot. Carleton wants to settle it on the deck. Ball in the air favors the much bigger Cape Breton Capers. Cape Breton do not need to control the midfield to be effective, and
yeah, true enough, Stevie. They just need to stifle Carleton in there.
I think that's Carson Larrabee knocking it forward to Waters. Waters in the box, and
that's a really, really great first touch by Waters.
Dario Conte picking himself up, and there's Waters. As Alex mentioned, an assist leader. Can also score goals, Charlie Waters. He'll take the corner kick for the Cape Breton Capers.
Cairo scored 15 goals this year for Cape Breton. Outstanding numbers. 2021 AUS scoring champ and deservedly first team AUS All-Star.
You know what? That'll get you a few signs in the crowd, won't it?
Yeah, I will, Stevie. It'll get you a few home supporters.
Ball on the deck. Decent. But when it's sent in, Potter's got to be careful. I think it just took a nick off the post, and that was a clever free kick from Cape Breton. Carleton didn't have an answer.
I think you're right. I think it's off the training ground. It's a ball out to the top of the penalty area. It's really well hit. The player did well to keep the ball on the ground, and it just skids, like you said, the outside of Kyle Potter's right-hand post.
That Carleton defensive line was very deep, and giving the ball away in midfield now. Floated in, Kyle Potter will deal with it, but Carleton a little untidy and
need to settle down and get back to their game. And I would say that about both teams. When Cape Breton was shaky in their first game of the tournament, when they went down to when they gave up that first goal, they were very unsettled. They needed to get back and find their rhythm. They had problems doing that, and only in overtime were they able to finally get themselves together.
Mitch O'Brien complaining about hand in the back, and Gabby Bitar will knock it out of bounds on the Bronson side.
And I think you can expect a little bit of anxiety, Stevie, from these players. It's a really big game. You know, they're pumping themselves up for it. At the same time, it's important to keep your heads and just treat it like another game and play the system that you've been training to play.
Back to Potter. Potter will go up the middle on the ground, and Dario Conte's there, but heavy touches brought Cape Breton back into it, and that's Charlie Waters hunting the ball. Rafi Garcia. Carleton looking a little edgy at the back and giving away possession. Here's Cape Breton. Daniel Williams will win himself a corner kick.
Cape Breton asking a few more questions on Carleton over the last 10 minutes.
Cape Breton adept at picking off passes, and Carleton's been a little inaccurate in the first 20 minutes of the match. Here's Waters. Near post. A rare, poor corner kick from the Blackpool man.
Some very good corners in this entire tournament. We've seen so many great set pieces, so many dangerous opportunities.
Yeah, the coaches must be happy with the set pieces, and that's something, if you've ever played on a varsity team, that you work on through the week. Sometimes even practice a few penalties if you're making a tournament of this nature. Here's Gabby Bitar. Debrienne's making a run. Bitar is capable of going on his own, and he blooped the ball, didn't quite get all of it, and was leaning back, and it'll go over the bar harmlessly.
Quite a bit of pressure on Guitar. You seem to see 3 defenders around him most of the time.
You look at the Bronson boys there, the Carleton Raven alumni. You can see the old Raven jackets, and they've got a drum going, and they'll be going at it well into the night. Here's Cape Breton under a bit of pressure. Ball out on the Bronson side.
The OUA champions host the best football team from the Maritimes in the 2021 Mitchell Bowl next Saturday at noon Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
Here come the Ravens. That's DeBrienne. Oh, and he's cut back well, and unfortunately fouled the defender there. Mateo DeBrienne got a little too handsy.
Yeah, just a bit of a cynical foul, Stevie, on the number 15. Anthony Stoller. Stoller, good positioning, got between the player and the ball, and was able to draw that foul and really get his team out of trouble here, because DeBrienne, he may have been a little bit loose with the ball, but he was lining up for a shot. A bit of a cynical foul from Mateo.
Stoller made a good run back to help his defense partner. Ball chipped in, it's awkward. Tara Kaman takes it off the hip and will lay it off to Comba. Comba's under immediate pressure, but he'll get it up to Mateo DeBrienne. A poor header and a blooping forward ball, and Mitch O'Brien looked like he was pushed there. No call, but Tarek Ahmad has come away with it. Hassan Mohasser is battling there in the center of midfield with Cameron Kilbride and Cairo Corrick.
Yeah, I think it's a Carleton free kick, Steve.
Long ball forward now. Cape Breton's been winning most of the balls in the air. Carleton trying to win the second possession. We'll push in the back. Ref seen that. That was pretty obvious from Scotty Mazzata. Sometimes you get away with that when you're in tight, Alex, but hands were extended there. And here comes Cape Breton. 22 minutes gone now in the first half of the second semi-final of the U Sport Men's National Championship here on CBC Sports. Glad you can join us. It's going to be a cracker. It's 0-0. Out to Williams.
So far, nothing between the two teams here.
Really tight, Alex, and that foul. Williams commits the foul down in the corner. And different pace. I mean, and we did the consolation final, Alex, and I mean that's really fair, isn't it? Because you're not going to get the same intensity. But it's amazing to see both of these teams don't appear to be any worse to wear from the Thursday games.
Agreed. I think the legs feel a little bit heavier when there's not a lot to play for, and you just almost have a permanent dose of adrenaline in you when you're still in the tournament.
Ewan Bold with a long ball forward to Waters, and that connection usually works out well for the Capers. Waters, it'll stop and go. Be a double team now as Mateo DeBrienne comes in and takes it off his foot. Waters is looking for support there, but came a little too late. Into Waters. Here's Cape Breton now. It's an awkward ball that needs to be dealt with. Tarek Ahmad is there.
Good positioning, good concentration from Carleton.
Tarek Ahmad emerging as a leader on this Carleton team.
Oh, Piccioli, well done.
Piccioli, but he's giving it away, and Mateo DeBrienne will knock it into Dario Conte. Poor ball forward.
Just a little bit of impatience from Conte.
Yeah.
It is still a frantic effort. The ball hasn't been in the middle of the park too much.
Ball into Batar. Batar, again, just that final ball
Just
is
a little anxious.
Rafi Garcia is venturing up there, and here's Scotty Mazzata. Mazzata will challenge, and Tarek Ahmad will mop it up. Mitch O'Brien under some pressure. Into Piccioli. Piccioli, tough touch. Put himself into a 30-70, which he lost. And here comes Williams. Daniel Williams down the Bronson side. Ooh, he's found.
Rick Colma, great positioning.
It was Cameron Kilbride making a run for the Capers, and Comba's giving up a corner kick. You see Carson Larrabee coming up from the back, the big number 10 from Ajax, Ontario. Ball swung in by Watson. It's found a Cape Breton player, that's you in bold. Tarek Ahmad will come away with it and go down the line. Scotty Mazzotta tried to dummy it to himself.
Not a great decision there. Scotty needs to hold the ball up, wait for his teammates in that situation. I do see what he's trying to do, but his role there needs to be to hold the ball, give his teammates a bit of a breath, let them get up to their high line, and then play at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that move sometimes works in house league, Alex, when you let it run through your own legs, but most defenders at this level are not going to...
It's a low percentage play.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy that. Healthy crowd here at the Ravens Perch. The Carleton Ravens are the host team here at the Youth Board National Championships. They find themselves in the semi-final, and they're playing perennial contenders Cape Breton. The crowd is really, really into it. They brought their song sheets, they've brought a drum, and they're well into it here, cheering their Ravens on. Cape Breton has a few fans in the stands as well. It's a healthy crowd here on a Saturday night in the nation's capital.
It's a beautiful night for some great soccer.
Great action here on CBC Sports. That's a foul against the Ravens. Crowd really likes that, and Danny Williams is going in the book. He's not too happy about it. But it was a rash challenge, and really not, I don't think it was necessary. He's still arguing, Alex, but I don't think that card's going to change.
No, it's not going to change, Stevie. Referee Momo said he will not be intimidating. He's a very, very experienced official. He's going to put you in that book, and he's going to remember your name. You need to be careful now. It is ill-advised to argue with referees at this level. You're just not going to get your way.
On a side note, I'm really loving the color of their jerseys, Alex, the referees. I always like it when they go with the unusual color, and they look sharp here tonight on Youth Sport National Championship semi-final day here in the nation's capital. Hassan Mohasser out to Tarek Ahmad. Piccioli, oof, that's a bad giveaway in midfield. He's forced Mitch O'Brien into
I'm sure. I think Mitch O'Brien's right. Mitch O'Brien's going to see completely played the ball.
Vicuña, I think, sold that, but
yeah, I see Mitch O'Brien's point there. Steve, the referee's trying to explain to him that maybe the foul was as a result of the body contact rather than but I mean, Dino Morley's not sure either, but I mean, to me from up here, it looked like it was a clean challenge.
I think Morley's expecting a card there because this player got one. I don't think there was much equivalency there between the two challenges. Williams is a bit more cynical, and that ball's going to come off of Waters for a goal kick. Pardon me, that'll come off of Cameron Kilbride. The Carleton Ravens goalkeeper Kyle Potter. This is third year at Carleton. The second year of eligibility is, of course, we had the pandemic season. It never was in 2020, but we're happy to be back here in 2021. Well, won by Mateo De Brienne. That's Vicuña. Vicuña goes for the nutmeg, and he ends up getting it eventually, but too many Ravens. Ewan Bold under pressure. They'll knock it into Larrabee. Larrabee, the big man, on a bit of an adventurous run, and Carleton will give away possession the midway point. Ball into Waters. Waters will take it into familiar territory there, and that's an awkward ball. I mean, I didn't think that had a chance physically to stay in, Alex, but Kyle Potter's done well to...
Yeah, I think it did cross the byline, Stevie. I think the referee linesman's flag went up. I mean, both teams a little bit nervous, but Cape Breton looks maybe a little bit more settled between the two sides. No real mistakes from either side, but you can see some of the Carleton players just trying to do a little bit too much with it. Still early in the game.
Half an hour gone in this second semi-final.
Carleton nil, CBU nil.
The Caravan from Montreal awaits. Good tackle from Piccioli.
Yeah, it's a gutsy performance for Montreal to give Guelph their first loss of 2021.
Yeah, they were gutted, Alex, and it was reminding me a bit of UBC on the Thursday night. I mean, you came here with big expectations and unfortunately had to leave the tournament earlier than they wanted. I mean, Guelph will play tomorrow for the bronze medal, Alex, and there's some consolation in that, but you came down here expecting gold, at least a chance, a crack at it in the final, and the poor ball forward by Carleton. And you can't give Cape Breton too many second chances here. Ball forward to Bitar. Bitar is very lethal 1v1. A lot of Cape Breton players get back, however, into Conte. Conte will look to distribute. Sweet ball on the deck there into Rafi Garcia. Rafi Garcia is capable going forward, the number 2, and knocks it into Ricky Combo. But yeah, I'm not sure that was the decision, Alex.
Not the right ball, just a little bit forced, a little anxious. Neither team's really settled into their stride yet.
It's a throw in for the Capers. I believe that's a picture of me, actually. The alumni have somehow managed to get that. Oh, it's a goal, Carleton! What a goal! What an absolute cracker from Gabby Bitar. It's Carleton 1, Cape Breton nothing, Alex, and the crowd is absolutely loving it. And it's 1-0 Ravens, just like that.
I don't know what I can say about one of the most prolific players in the history of the program.
Oh, and it's jubilation. It's absolute jubilation. 1-0 Carleton. And if the crowd wasn't ignited, they're going to be on fire. What a finish.
He does not need a lot of room or a lot of space to get that shut off. What an absolute laser. It really came out of nothing. We nearly blinked and we missed it, didn't we? It was unbelievable. We were still looking at the massive picture of you in the stands, and just like that, it's Carleton 1, CBU 0.
Amazing. Daniel Clark is a fantastic goalkeeper, but he did not have a hope of reaching that ball. And the Ravens, the adrenaline must be through the roof for the Carleton Ravens, and Cape Breton needs to settle down and see if they can bite back. A little bit against the run of play, it must be said.
Really was against the run of play. Cape Breton's had most of the ball in Kyle Potter or around Kyle Potter's penalty area. We really haven't seen a lot of action in the other end, and Gabby Bitar just given a little bit of space. He had 2 defenders who thought they might have been close enough, but he just needs 1 or 2 feet of space to be able to pull that trigger and just slam that ball into the roof of the net. What a finish. You can't fault the goalkeeper. It might be impossible to save that with 2 goalkeepers.
He's so deadly, as we see
I think the fans have lost their some of their privileges a moment ago.
Flair privileges have been taken away. And Gabby Bitar with 40 regular season goals for the Carleton Ravens, and he's one of the all-time leading goal scorers, and he's still got a year of eligibility and tied with Hall of Famer Mike Lanos of the Carleton Ravens for second all-time. Here's Cape Breton now. Waters challenged by Piccioli, and Piccioli's giving away a foul. Crowd doesn't like it, and referee making sure there's no nonsense here. Yeah, free kick coming for Cape Breton, just outside of 40 yards. They'll launch it into the box. Here comes Potter. Nowhere to be found, though, as the ball held up, and Dario Conte gets rid of it.
The Montreal Caravan hosts the best Canada West champions in the 2021 UTEC Bowl next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
Ravens up 1-0. They're just joining us. Just coming up on the 35-minute mark. Gabby Bitar with a cracking goal about 5 minutes ago. The crowd's really into it. Cape Breton, a little bit more possession, but haven't found themselves on the score sheet.
No, it's kind of like a shocking goal. It reminds me a little bit of their conceding against, conceding in the first game of the tournament. Really, they were just shell shocked and rattled after that. I'm interested to see if Cape Breton's going to be able to settle down, get back to their game, and start playing Carleton to the middle of midfield.
Cape Breton. Acuna. Over to Watson. Here come the Capers now. Carleton dropping back into a little bit of a shell. But they're just waiting to pounce. And there's Ricky Comba, the midfielder, playing left back. And he's anticipated that. A little cute there, but it's worked out. Tough touch, and Piccioli goes to ground, but Cape Breton will win the ball. Big tackle by Mitch O'Brien and Piccioli. Piccioli, he's been a little bit off today, Alex. His passing hasn't been as accurate as normal.
You know what? Luke is doing a lot, Stevie. I see him back at his own penalty area collecting the ball. He's really being a box-to-box player, really, really working hard. Mizaga as well. In these games, you want to see the big players step up. You want to see them be impactful. Piccioli is one of those big players.
Let Carson Larrabee try to get it forward, but it gets punted right back down.
And I mean, so far so good for Carleton, really. It's not about possession, is it? The only stat that matters is the one that you see on your screen right now, and they're up 1-0 and they're doing what they need to do. Now Cape Breton is really going to have to see what they're made of and see if they're up for the task.
1-0 is by no means a big lead, and it's a precarious one, but there's Batar taking a deflection, and we'll see Gabby Batar shoot from anywhere inside 40 yards, Alex. He's got the skill and the ability.
Confidence for days.
Mateo DeBrienne challenging there, and number 22 always gives it everything he can, and he's gone to ground there. He's in a bit of pain. And Jamie Watson
He must be at 5 kilometers by now, Mateo DeBrienne.
Charlie Waters coming over, very sportsmanlike, giving him a tap, and I'm sure those two players have crossed paths at some point in their amateur careers. Mateo DeBrienne came through the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy and Ottawa Athletico. Now with the Carleton Ravens.
Just, I think, getting a bit of treatment on his shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, I thought so too. He's holding it very gingerly. That would be a big loss for the Ravens as Nadine Smith, the longtime physio, comes out and has a look, and Carleton will go down briefly to 10 men. He just fell awkwardly, Alex, I think, in the challenge. There's no foul there.
No, there wasn't. Siloni does have options on the bench, if we're honest, Stevie, but no one quite like Mateo DeBrienne. Danny Assat, of course, a good player. Jeremy Away, a very good target player, can always be relied upon. But I think if you ask Coach Loney, he's going to wish that Mateo steps back on the pitch in just a minute.
They could also substitute, pop Ricky Comba back up in the midfield, Alex, and maybe go with Moses DeFiro.
Yeah, absolutely. Options in midfield as well.
A lot of options for Coach Loney. You see some Ravens warming up there in the pink pennies in the end zone. Here at the Raven Perch, Keith Harris Stadium, named after the longtime athletic director of Carleton University. And the ball launched into the night sky. Good header back, decisive from Ewan Bold. Gabby Batar, seeing if he can pick up any bits there.
DeBrienne back on the pitch.
Good to see. Number 22, still holding his arm in a funny position, Alex?
Yeah,
and
he's sore.
Definitely sore, but it's going to take a lot more than that to knock this young man out of the match. Cape Breton down 1-0 in the first half. About 5 minutes remaining plus extra time for injuries and stoppages. Looked like a handball, but not given. Ball will go out to Williams. Williams, speedy wing player, and creates a lot of opportunities for the Capers, and he's won himself a corner kick. Having a word there with Waters. Williams and Waters, two key players, two key elements in the Cape Breton Capers formula. There's some singing Ravens alumni. Balls in far post. Oh, and Kyle Potter. That had two Capers names all over it.
It was 1-1 unless Kyle Potter got that touch.
That's a massive, massive right hand from the Ottawa native. Fans really enjoying this on a brisk Saturday night in November in the nation's capital. The Carleton Ravens, the hosts, trying to find their way into the final. Cape Breton down 1-0, looking to claw back into this match. You can feel the tension at pitch level. The crowd is animated. We're waiting on the corner kick from Cape Breton. Swung in. Little high, blooper. Ball into the tar. Still not cleared out of danger yet. Mitch O'Brien will do the business. Ball scooped forward, and that's Kyle Potter territory.
CBC TV is your home for the 2021 Scotiabank Vanier Cup presented by Levio. Catch the best in university football action December 4th at 1 p.m. on CBC, CBC Gem, and CBCSports.ca.
Looks like Piccioli or is that O'Brien will go in the book. Didn't quite pick up that call, but fans disputing the call or perhaps just shouting encouragement as the Capers will have a free kick just inside the Carleton half. Gabby Bassar putting Jamie Watson under pressure. Going to Waters. Oh, pardon me, that's not Waters, that's Cairo Corey. Ball into Williams. Williams on his off wing, but he's laid it back. Not back in, but without purpose. And the Ravens will just alleviate the pressure.
The Ravens are being asked to do so much work today by Poisson Loney. Those wingers, DeBrienne and Mizzotta, they're just up and down. They're asked to be all the way up, pushing and pressing the right and left backs of Cape Breton, but they're also defending very, very deep and coming back to help their own respective left and right backs. It's really an unselfish role requiring incredible endurance. It's all been hard to catch them when you're watching the game. Really don't see the players doing all that work. But
no, the off-the-ball running is so impressive, Alex, and a necessary aspect of the game if you want to be effective. D'Acunha dribbles into trouble, and oof, he's going to go in the book. I think he came over the ball there, Alex, and pardon me, I don't think that was D'Acunha. That's Anthony Stolar. Yeah, no, that's a sore tackle on Rafi. Yeah,
the ball definitely went out of play. I think it's going to be a throw-in.
Yeah, a few Ravens converging on the referee there. Charlie Waters involved. Not sure why he's probably trying to lobby for his player, but looks like Nadine Smith's going to have to come on and have a look at Rafi Garcia, he's been down on the deck quite a bit toward the end of the season, Alex. I know he's not 100% healthy. There's Kwesi Loney giving Matteo DeBrienne a little instruction and a little encouragement. Good to catch these intimate moments in the match. So much on the line for both teams here. The Raven Perch. Carleton under immense pressure being the home team. Cape Breton under equal amount of pressure being perennial favorites to win this title. It's really the Final Four you've been looking for. And the Carabin, Montreal, Pat Raimondo's side awaits tomorrow afternoon. We'll have this time added on to the half as we wind into the 45th minute.
Yeah, this break probably does Carleton more good than Cape Breton. Cape Breton would like to get on with it. I think Carleton is going to use this break to kind of take the sting out of the game and get themselves into the interval ahead 1-0.
Rafi Garcia looks like he's going to get up, and there will be 2 additional minutes added on due to injury. More stoppage. Looks like you're right, Al. It is a throw-in on the Bronson side. Rafi Garcia just checking out that ankle, that foot. He seems fine, good enough to take the throw, and I think we're ready to get underway.
Two minutes does seem a little bit frugal for this half. We had a number of stoppages. I know Brienne was down for a few minutes. Garcia was down for a few minutes.
Kick it to Bronson there, and
In fact, Brienne was down twice. I think there should be about 5 or 6 minutes for Cape Breton. They have a reason to be annoyed with the number of minutes added on. That's a good move.
Rafi Garcia gets out of trouble there, and Mitch O'Brien will knock it over. Brienne.
Outrageous.
Just an outrageous piece of skill to try and backheel it to himself, and he's won another tackle, and he'll loft it into the goal scorer, Batar, who's dancing around.
He's so slippery, Batar. He can just get around you and get to that ball. He finds a way.
Batar.
Incredible close control from Gabby Batar.
Under a great deal of pressure, but I think he plays better when he's under pressure, Alex.
He thrives on it. We've seen him turn 3 defenders, haven't we?
Alumni fully engaged there, and Gabby Batar urging his team on. He's a leader of this group.
Yeah,
Two-time All-Canadian.
By example and by his words, isn't he? He'll be the first one to do the business for him.
Ball far post. Goalkeeper has done well there. Daniel Clark.
Yeah, that's a great goalkeeping.
Really ran out of bounds there, but managed to stay in. Doesn't matter where your feet are, as you know. It matters where the ball is.
Yeah, Cape Breton's a worthy side, Stevie, but Carleton's really, I gotta say, in the last couple of minutes, they've been outworking them since that stoppage.
Here's Comba into Conte. Conte back to Debrienne. Debrienne into Conte. Back to O'Brien. And O'Brien will knock it back to Hamad. Hamad's looking for options. And he'll go long into the... And it's a decent ball. We've seen these two hook up in the past. Nearly a handball.
I think it's a penalty.
And I think it is a penalty. Matteo Debrienne tried to flick it up. Hits the hand. And here's another opportunity for the Carleton Ravens.
Stevie, it's a stonewall penalty. It's extremely unlucky for the defender. Really, there's nothing he could have done. His hands are in a natural position, but at the same time, Matteo Debrienne was trying to lob the ball and just aerial mag it over the defender. It hits the hand. Really, the referee, Mo, the referee just has no choice at all.
And he's right there, Alex. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, it's unlucky, but it is the rules of the game, and it is a penalty, and it is a chance for Carleton to go up 2-0 in the dying moments of the first half, and it's going to be Dario Conte, the Iceman.
You see the replay here, and the ball takes a bounce. Debrienne.
Just watch the left hand of the defender come up, and it just hits him in the arm right there. I mean, it's definitely unlucky for the defender. Like the arm's in a natural position, but the referee is very, very close to the play.
The way he reacted with his arm, Alex, it looked like a penalty. Here's Conte. Daniel Clark, big goalkeeper. Conte. Oh, and it's gone in, 2-1. Daniel Clark got a hand on it, but Dario Conte buries it nevertheless. 2-0 Ravens, and it's a dream start for the team in white.
Steve, it's a dream start, it's a dream continuation. It is a dream goal right before halftime for these Carleton Ravens. 2-0 up on the Cape Breton Capers. Cape Breton will really benefit from the break. They're going to need to settle down, keep their heads, and just get back. And you can just see the replay of the penalty. Dario chooses his side. Clark did guess right. He got a finger on it. It hit the inside of the post into the back of the net. Not enough from Clark. 2-0 Carleton. Dario Conte is just so reliable from the penalty area. 2-0 Carleton, and I gotta say, it is deserved.
It really is. They've come into the match as it's gone on. The alumni got another flare going, and it's just pandemonium.
Really, it's unexpected, Stevie. I wasn't sure at first about that ball from Tariq Hamad. I mean, Carleton was doing a good ball of keeping possession in the middle of the park. It was a very, very good goal. Debrienne did the rest, and just like that, it's 2-0, and it is halftime.
And what a first half of the Carleton Ravens. It's a magical start. The crowd's into it. Carleton have converted twice. Cape Breton with a good start in the half, but faded as it went on as Carleton came into the match, and they've They've gone up 2-0 in an exciting first half for the home side. And you've been watching the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. We'll take a break for halftime, and we'll be right back. All right. And we're back live here. Welcome back to U Sport on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championship from Carleton University in Ottawa. We're just underway here. Carleton Ravens up 2-0 on the Cape Breton Capers here in the semi-final. And Dino Morley seeing if he can make the changes necessary to climb back into this match down to the host. It's a hostile crowd. They're a long way from home. What they do have going for them, though, is they're winners. And you can never rule out Cape Breton. The Ravens now. You're just joining us. You've missed an exciting end to the first half of the second semi-final as Gabby Bitar with a cracking goal to open the scoring, and Dario Conte followed up with a penalty to make it 2-0 Ravens.
The second goal in particular, Stevie, was really unexpected. It was a long ball. Carleton was doing a good job of keeping possession. The long ball was sent in. Matteo DeBrienne forced the defender to handle it, and just like that, it's 2-0. CBU is going to have to show some real quality, the quality that made them the most feared team in the AUS and in U Sports. If they're going to come back and win it, I bet you they're going to deserve it.
Agreed, and I'm sure the Ravens will have something to say about that. Here comes Gabby Bitar. We lost the feed.
Yeah, we also lost.
And we just lost the feed there briefly, but we're back, and apologies at home, but you're just joining us 2-0 Carleton here in the second half of the second semi-final of the day here at the U Sport Men's National Championships on CBC Sports. I'm Stevie Ball along with Alex Zaslavsky. The crowd has been pumped for this one, and they continue to drum and sing and cheer on their Ravens, and Cape Breton's in for a battle here, looking to claw one back if they can. Far post and brought down skillfully by Mazzotta, but Williams will repossess. Cape Breton. Anthony Stolar lobs it in, but Matteo DeBrienne will deal with that as it trickles out on the Bronson side there, Bronson Avenue, on the border of Carleton University campus here in the nation's capital. Backheel clearance from Piccioli, but it's sat beautifully for DeCunha. He had a good crack at it. Just went over the bar.
Yeah, the player got all of that. CBU's going to have to keep their heads. I don't see a team like them getting too impatient or trying to rush it. I see them to be very tactical and particular about the way they're going to try to get back into this game.
Kyle Potter into Mitch O'Brien, Eric Ahmad. Cape Breton's going to be forced to play a much higher line here, much more pressure than they were giving Carleton the first half. Here's Bitar. Ball down the middle to DeBrienne. DeBrienne, there's nothing in that according to the referee, and play on. Tarek Ahmad will knock it back to O'Brien. O'Brien will go all the way back to Potter. Quick strike from the Ravens.
I bet DeBrienne must be on the ground against Stevie. He's just taking a beating today. He only has one speed player. There you see brilliant hold-up play from Gabby Bitar. He's so good at turning. Sees the channel. DeBrienne, defender, makes a brilliant play. It's a nice slide, and oh yeah, Matteo goes down hard.
Looks like an offside also called on the repossession, and Raven fans enjoying the evening thus far. Former players in the crowd aplenty. Probably much different halftime speeches from the two coaches, Alex, considering the circumstances. It's a healthy crowd, a mix of local people, of students, of alumni. Carleton Ravens strong support here at home, and Matteo DeBrienne, that might be...
Yeah, I think that's going to be it.
I think Nadine Smith there indicating that a substitution was imminent. And Matteo DeBrienne, you're right, Alex, just knows one speed. He just plays in fifth gear the whole time. And he took a knock there. It was a fair challenge, but he landed on that shoulder. It's already tender. And Matteo DeBrienne, he just hope he's healthy for any future games. It's either going to be bronze or gold medal games tomorrow for these teams. Still one more to go after this.
I mean, you really have a choice as Kwesi Loney. You go with the target player, or do you go with a player that's similar to Mateo, who's going to play off the wing? Do you slide Gabby Bitar to the right and you have him attack from a channel? It'll be a big decision for Kwesi Loney. It's an unexpected loss, but
I mean, if
DeBrienne, what a player though, what an effort. What just leaves everything on the pitch. He's the epitome of covering every blade of grass.
Ottawa with a tough touch and has gone out for a goal kick, and yeah, we'll see what the substitution looks like, but I don't think we'll see Mateo DeBrienne for the rest of the night. 50 minutes gone in the match. Actually, there he is. We spoke too soon, and
That's
Mateo DeBrienne. It looked like Nadine Smith, the physio, called for a substitution, but Mateo DeBrienne must have convinced Kwesi Loney that he's good to go, and the number 22 is back on the pitch. Carl Potter comes out, and that could have been dangerous, but
I mean, I get it. If you're Mateo, you're not going to leave the game unless you absolutely have a broken leg.
maybe two, Alex. Yeah. It's the Loy La Loy song, which the Bronson boys are famous for. Here at the Raven Perch at Keith Harris Stadium. Full house here on a Saturday night in the nation's capital, and Rafi Garcia will purposely swing and miss and dummy that out of bounds as it's his throw-in. Rafi will wave off Tarek, and that looks like we actually will have a substitution. So
Mateo just went in to avoid leaving his teammate short. What a player. Yeah, it's Moses Gafiro. Stevie's going to go to the left back. I think Ricky Comba's going to move into the middle of the park. We'll see how Kwesi Loney rearranges his side.
And he always had that move in his pocket, didn't he, Alex, with Comba being a midfielder playing the left back. Gafiro, a natural left back, and looks like Gabby Bitar has been...
Yeah, but most saying he is a good communicator with the player, Stevie. It's always nice to have a referee who's going to explain the call to you rather than just ask you to accept it without explanation. I always, as a player, appreciated referees that would communicate with you.
Anthony Stolar, number 15, guilty of the foul there. Eric Ahmad will launch it down the Raven field. Conte chests it forward. Good battle going on between midfielders there. Scotty Mazzata. Mazzata stutter step and took a tough touch there and went a little too far. And there's Gafiro, his first touch, the former Guelph man. He's from Ottawa, returned to play at Carleton, his final few years of eligibility, and here come the Ravens in the box. Oof, look at that move. Stayed on his feet, no foul. Ball cleared.
Like Bitar, Stevie Pichioli is so tricky. He's always so slippery and good at finding those channels.
Great tackle there from Garcia. Stolar under pressure, and the crowd really urging the Ravens on now. 53 minutes gone in the match. Ravens 2, Papers nothing.
The clock running not only favors Carleton because it's running out, Steve, but it's going to force Cape Breton to really go forward, which will leave a lot of spaces and create channels and space for Carleton players to exploit.
Williams. Mazzata. Bitar felt he was fouled, but Williams will repossess down the campus side. Ball chipped forward, and Williams making a decent run, but there's Tarek Ahmad just ever so steady at the back.
Yeah, great composure. He's been really having a great tournament, hasn't he? Forget the goals, he's just been a solid defender for Carleton. Great positioning.
Tarek Ahmad, the hero of Thursday night, along with Kyle Potter, who made a big save on the fourth penalty against UBC.
I think Momo said he wants the throw-in to be retaken.
There's Cape Breton. Pichioli gets enough of that, and he'll knock it forward. No one there as Gabby Bitar was in a defensive position. Ricky Comba now in a more advanced position, playing in midfield, replacing Mateo DeBrienne. Moses Gafiro on for the Ravens. Former OUA Rookie of the Year himself comes on to replace another Rookie of the Year. There's Gafiro. Risky, but He doesn't have to pay for that, and it's his throw-in.
Catch the 2021 Protocase U Sports Women's Soccer Championship, presented by Bell Alliant all weekend long from Cape Breton University, only on cbcsports.ca and the CBC Gem app.
It's been a national championship weekend here in Canada. Glad you could join us on CBC Sports. The women's national championships, the men's national championships going on at the same time at Carleton and Cape Breton respectively.
It's kind of a super Sunday tomorrow, isn't it, Stevie?
No question about it. There's Mazzotta.
Oh, he did ever so well, didn't he?
Even to create that chance, and Ricky Comba hanging around looking for a crumb. Jamie Watson now for Cape Breton. Carson Larrabee in the midfield directing traffic, and here comes Ewan Bolt, the captain of the Capers, out to Stolar. Stolar will advance. Good build-up from the Capers. Excellent skill from Cameron Kilbride. Waters gives it away. Piccioli head to Gabby Bitar. He's 1v2, but I don't think that matters to him. He'll shoot and rebound, but it never really had a chance as it was right down the middle. Jamie Watson did save.
Doesn't matter to him, Stevie. You're right. He's going to get into that channel, cut across with his right foot, and just try to smash it in the near post that we've seen him do not 24 hours ago on a number of occasions before that this year.
Here come the Capers now. Oof. Good tackle from Mitch O'Brien. No foul, and he'd come from behind but got enough ball to justify the tackle, and Rain Lynn, number 21, will knock it wide. Ball into Williams. Williams chested safely by Mitch O'Brien. Appeals for handball, but ooh, and that's a high foot there, and it looks like it caught Gabby Bitar in the side of the head. Referee's calling for the trainer, and Dino Morley's not happy about that call. It came late, but Dino Morley is
one of the more animated coaches, Stevie. I didn't see some of the coaches putting up a fuss when their team was down, but Dino Morley's up on his feet. He's showing some passion.
It's part of his job as a head coach to work the referee, to ignore the crowd and urge his team on. Well, yeah, foot came up there, Alex. That's a little too high. I believe
you can tell it's an accident, right? Isn't it?
Ewan Bold acknowledged it after the fact, and
he did right away.
There's alumni in the crowd. Come up on 60 minutes here in the match. Carleton 2, Cape Breton nothing. Carleton in white, Cape Breton in black with red trim. Gabby Bitar will have to come to the side, and looking to Dean Smith, the longtime Ravens physiotherapist. Gabby Bitar will take a swig of water, and they're ready to go right back in. There's actually no foul call there. It's possession will go back to Cape Breton. It was seen as inadvertent. It was Cafiro having to defend under some pressure on the Bronson side. Acuna. Into Rain Lynn. Nothing there, and Mitch O'Brien will head on a swivel. He'll try to get it out to Mazzotta. Mazzotta will save it using his signature pace into Conte. Conte. Risky pass back to Garcia, but he's chipped it forward, but it's gone out of bounds for a throw in. Cape Breton
30 minutes to play, Stevie. Cape Breton needs a spark. They need some changes, or they need a spark. They need to find that confidence and that form. Right now, I'm not seeing a lot of creativity or a lot of opportunities that are going to get them back in this game.
Now they're playing a lot of long ball down the wings now, just to see if they can hold it up and perhaps get fouls, perhaps get good skill there out of the back. It's big Hassan Mohasser.
Carleton's been dominating the midfield today. They just, if you're hungrier, better on the ball, and just more determined to win possession when they don't have it.
The Sands are rocking. Ravens now. Here's Moses Cafiro. He'll streak down the Bronson side, and the Ravens have numbers here. Cape Breton caught in possession. It's a good ball into Mazzotta, top of the box. He'll cut it back in. He's defeated 2 players, and he's still dribbling across the box. Too much trouble there, though, and the land to Gabby Batar. Rafi Garcia in a 50-50. Cape Breton have come away unscathed.
Carleton, just see the hunger that they have to win that ball back. A good opportunity for Scotty Mazzotta. Stevie, the defender, the initial defender slipped. Scotty found himself in a little bit of trouble in front of 4 defenders. Couldn't really clear his feet for the shot. Carleton seems to have kept possession here from a throw-in, or it might have been actually called Cape Breton way. Carleton felt that there was a Cape Breton touch last.
That one will go Carleton's way.
You just see the hunger that the Ravens have to win the ball back.
Garcia now into O'Brien. O'Brien threads the needle
It's a
to
good ball.
Piccioli. Piccioli out to Cafiro. Moses down the Bronson side. Back to Piccioli. Piccioli into Batar. Good tight play there, and gone back out to Comba. Big Breton defending admirably there, and crowd calling for the 3rd goal. And
yeah, Carleton's starting to get into their rhythm, speed, really good passing rhythms in the attacking third, and Cape Breton just looks like a step behind. Foul against Hassan Mohasar. And the referee's having a word with the defender, actually.
yeah, Hassan got clipped there, Alex, and I think the referee was just letting him know that he was on it. Charlie Waters there, encroaching. Risky play from Cape Breton. It's gone unpunished. Cafiro leaves his feet, but that's Rain Lin moving forward. A little too heavy though, and Kyle Potter will gather that up and kill a few seconds.
Yeah, the game is imminently going to get stretched, Stevie. Cape Breton's going to have to start taking some chances. They're going to have to start pressing a little bit higher. It's going to create time and space.
And quite frankly, they're going to need their goals here, Alex, aren't they? It's coming up on 65 minutes here in this second half.
They really are, Stevie. It's going to, the clock's going to tick very, very quickly for Cape Breton and very slowly for Carleton over the next 25 minutes.
Cape Breton playing a little direct and trying to go over the top in behind the Carleton backline, and unsuccessful up to this point. Moses Cafiro on for Mateo Dibrien, and Ricky Comba now up in midfield, the captain for Carleton, number 15. All played in. Cape Breton.
Let's go over play. It's just a little bit loose, Stevie. It's unlike Cape Breton to be that loose. They're a little bit shell-shocked, untidy with their passing, and giving away possession. Carleton's just able to get their men behind the ball and pick off those loose passes.
Rain Lin. Lock it out to Stolar. Stolar will go back to Lin. Lin into Bold with a poor touch there, but Gabby Batar couldn't get a piece of it into Stolar. Stolar will chip it down, but
it's too static. Absolutely too static.
There's Conte. Conte with a spinorama, buy himself a bit more time and space into Mazzotta.
He's just so good at threading those balls on the ground. Mazzotta just knows exactly where to be, and Conte can just whisk that ball right out.
songs emanating from the stands. The lyricists at Carleton have been busy over the past few weeks.
Yeah, this pace of play definitely favors Carleton, Stevie. It's going to allow them to just keep control and get some of their energy back. It's going to make you Breton chase.
Here's Mitch O'Brien puts himself into a 50-50, but balls managed to somehow stay in bounds. Here comes Cape Breton. Direct ball now, but Kyle Potter will kill some time. And
the OUA champions host the best football team from the Maritimes in the 2021 Mitchell Bowl next Saturday at noon Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
Williams. Back to Stolar. Into Bowl. Bowl runs into a bit of a white wall there and into Rain Lynn. Acuna. Larrabee. Back to Stolar. Cape Breton in possession. Acuna tries to go down the channel. Rafi Garcia's won it, but it's gone Cape Breton's way. Oof, good tackle from Mohasser, and he needed to be strong there out to Mazzotta. Every tackle's important at this stage of the game, and instant breakaway. Gabby Bitar lurking, but Daniel Clark came out big and cleared his lines.
A good position from the goalkeeper. You can see Gabby just encouraging his players to stay at home, and he wants to do the work. He wants to do that chasing.
It's number 10, Gabby Bitar, being marked by Anthony Stolar of Cape Breton. He's got his hands full here tonight. Two-time All-Canadian Gabby Bitar. Oh, outrageous piece of skill.
The number 1 draft pick in the inaugural CPL draft several years ago. He's such a silky player. He just floats across the floor, doesn't he?
He does. Little steps, little baby steps, but he gets places in a hurry. Conte dispossessed. There's Piccioli, and Piccioli looks to be fouled there, and Carleton will get a free kick.
What we're saying is having a good game, Stevie. He's been close to every call. He's, as we alluded to, he's a good communicator with the players. I think there's a high level of respect between the players and the referee today.
Roberto de Cunha there comes over, and
it's a dangerous territory for Carleton. We'll see how many players they commit into the box.
Conte will settle on this. 2 hands up and delivers a quality ball in the box. Cape Breton gets enough of it. It falls to Rafi Garcia. Big save by Daniel Clark, and he had to be big there or else that might have been the ball game.
That could have been it. See, really heads up play by Rafi Garcia. You can see the cross coming in. It's flicked on by a defender, and Rafi just hits it first time. He didn't get all of it. Ended up snatching at it a little bit, but the goalkeeper still had to be alert to make the save.
And that's that second repossession we've been talking about all day. It's the most important aspect of winning the ball, and the ball goes far post right on the goalkeeper.
Drake Kabad could smell it. He was perfectly placed for him, but the goalkeeper was alert to it, and he held the ball well.
Mohasser gets it up to Bitar, tried a little trick, but Acuna was hip to it. Acuna will lay it back to Bold. Bold out to the Bronson side. Nothing doing there, and you and Bold will just try to go over the top. Carleton needs to defend another 20 minutes and they'll be in the national final. Here comes Gabby Bitar. He'll have a strike from most places, and that was a 35-yarder that didn't find the target.
Yeah, I just scuffed at it a little bit. See, Scotty was on, I think, asking Gabby if he saw him there.
I think we'll have a substitution for the Capers as number 22 will enter.
Substitution for the Cape Breton Capers.
think it's Lynch coming on the pitch, Stevie.
Coming off the field, number
Keanu Lynch, number 22. Thanks, Alex. And
Larrabee. Coming off the field, number 22. Coming off the field, number 8, Cameron Kilbride. And coming onto the field, number 19.
here comes Carleton now, Scotty Mazzotta. Acuna will not mess around and knock it back. Rocky Garcia. Not sure he's going in the book, but he will go in the book and drag down the Caper player behind the ball. Rocky Garcia with a yellow card here in the 71st minute. Owen Shepard also on, number 19, the Cape Breton Capers.
Yeah, we're just having a word with assistant referee Stevie. I'm not exactly sure.
I think he's asking if he's had enough coffee today and not happy with the decision there. Linesman also engaging.
Yeah, Jason Olinsky, experienced Ontario referee. Actually, pardon me, he's an international referee, he's a Team Canada referee. Jason Olinsky, just like the rest of his crew.
Referee wearing a headset.
Momo is as cool as a cucumber today.
Ball wide to Jamie Watson. Watson with a wayward ball that trickles out of bounds. Kyle Potter will take the goal kick. 2-0 Ravens. Second semi-final of the day. We had the consolation final earlier. Laval Rouge et Or finishing 5th place in this tournament. Montreal Carabin booked their ticket a few hours ago over the Guelph Griffins. We'll play in the bronze medal match tomorrow. The winner of this, of course, will go on to play for gold. Here comes the Ravens. Waffle ball. And Daniel Clark will deal with it easily. Watson. A lot of options there. Carleton really doing a good job of closing down the...
Yeah, they really have, Stevie. They're committing only one man. They're only really committing Guitar to the press, but they're just sitting back, absorbing, and doing a good job of taking over possession in those areas. It's just very, very static balls from Cape Breton. A lack of creativity. I think Rafi Garcia is going to need some attention in a second. Kind of been a lack of creativity from Cape Breton, and it's the same thing we saw after they conceded to Laval, wasn't it? They just failed to get back into it. They failed to find any kind of adjustment to the to the hunger and the heart that Laval showed when they were fighting for the ball and winning the ball, and ultimately before leveling the match at 2.
Rafi Garcia hit the deck after that ball went out of bounds, and could be a cramp by the looks of it as Nadine Smith is applying a stretch, looking to loosen up probably the quadricep. Mitch O'Brien coming to the sideline to get a drink of water. Ravens trying to stay focused, talking to each other, keeping fresh. As the clock winds down, this will be added on at the end of the match into injury time, but we're coming up on 75 minutes in the game. 2-0 Carleton. Cape Breton trying to get back in. It only takes one goal, and
the pressure will be shifted entirely on Carleton's shoulders if that one goal comes.
Rafi Garcia, maybe.
Yeah, he'll have to leave the pitch, Stevie, but I think he'll probably be.
For the Carleton Ravens.
Looks like he's going to be substituted.
Yeah, he will
Alex.
be substituted.
Number 2, Ross.
It'll be Danny Assaf, the number 39, coming in for Carleton.
39, Danny Assaf.
That's interesting, Alex. Danny Asaf is a forward player.
Yeah, Ricky Comba's right back. Back to right back for Ricky Comba.
Ricky Comba, captain versatile for the Ravens.
Absolutely. Captain Fantastic.
He, of course, is the captain for the Ravens. And Kyle Potter, safe catch and a punt down the field. Carleton going to the bench. They have a deep bench, so didn't see much of a drop-off here. Awesome. Putting it into the night sky. The crowd's still drumming and chanting. The 12th man in the stands, Alex, and they've made a difference to this Carleton club over the years. That's Stolar for Cape Breton. Won by Piccioli. Luca Piccioli, unfortunately, too many rolls of the ball, and of course, brother of Julian Piccioli, former captain of Carleton and now assistant coach with the Ravens. A lot of brother combinations over the years, Alex, for the Carleton Ravens.
The Montreal Carabin host the best Canada West champions in the 2021 UTEC Bowl next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on cbcsports.ca.
Here comes D'Acunha now. Into Williams. Errant pass, picked off by Mohasser. Dancing around, he'll find a good option, and into Piccioli. Piccioli lunges and wins it. Gabby Bitar. He'll just relieve some pressure and try to free up Mazzotta, and he's done so. That's Scotty Mazzotta. He'll cut back inside. It's a 2-on-3, and Mazzotta will have a strike, and it's a beautiful save again by Daniel Clark. That was going in far post, no question, Alex.
It's one of the saves of the tournament. Scotty Mazzotta just had that on a wire. Tally was lining up for it, rolls over the ball, goes to bend it around. It's just a brilliant little touch from the goalkeeper to parry it outside of his right-hand post. That would have been the match. That would have been 3-0 and the match. Terrific strike.
You can see the camera shaking as the crowd is jumping up and down. Good corner there. Looks like Danny Asaf committed the foul. Number 39, the substitute for the Carleton Ravens. Here comes Cape Breton down the Bronson side. There's Tarek Ahmad. Penalty was pushed, but it's gone for a corner kick.
Yeah, one of the rare second half set pieces for Cape Breton.
Charlie Waters, of course, will settle on this, and Cape Breton bringing all the big boys up.
Seems comfortable for Carleton, Stevie, but the game is far, far, far from over. One lapse in concentration, and Cape Breton will be back in.
Oh. Kyle dove, but there was no need, and Kean Lynch, big man in his own right up there, the substitute, and there's the alumni enjoying the Saturday night here in the nation's capital. A lot of alumni have come from out of town, Alex, as we mentioned earlier, and we've had alumni come from the United States, from Turkey. We've got alumni all over the world, really in both universities, and thank you for watching on CBC Sports, wherever you're watching from. This is the U Sport Men's National Semi-Final here at Carleton University. If you're he's done well there. He's done very well. Here comes Carleton. Yeah, and that's probably going to be a booking, Alex. And really simple challenge, and Hassan Mohasser has to keep the head here. And
yeah, no need for the Carleton players to get involved. Let the referee take it out. You can understand Cape Breton's frustration here.
That's Ewan Bold committing the foul, the captain. It was probably necessary because it was going to be a 5-on-3 otherwise, as Ewan Bold stepped up and didn't get any ball on Dario Conte. 80th 80th minute. Ravens 2, Cape Breton nothing. It's nail-biting time here at the Raven Perch. Carleton have really come into the game, controlled the tempo. Cape Breton have really been on the back for most of the match. They have created chances, they've been there, but not consistently, Alex. And
no, for me, they haven't really found their form yet today. I haven't really seen any kind of tactical strategy from Cape Breton. They were more into the game, stifling Carleton from the beginning. Gabby Vitar made the breakthrough on that brilliant effort into the top of the net. Really, Cape Breton failed to find their feet, and they failed to find any kind of sustained possession and sustained tactical presence in the match.
Ball forward from Hamad. Down into the corner, and Carleton looking for a foul. They'll give away a throw-in. Cape Breton with a deep throw-in on the Bronson side. Ball flicked forward by Cape Breton, but a lot of white jerseys. It's still tight in midfield. Moses Kafiro with a good backheel tackle there, and Carleton will just dump it in the corner again. And there's Gabby Vitar with those little steps. He's found his way into the box. It's a good ball up to Mazzotta. Mazzotta just missed it, and glorious chance, good step over. He's created a bit of space. He's still in the box. Stolar marking. Mazzotta and Stolar, took a deflection, and Clark had to be on his toes.
Explosive tactics from Mazzotta.
Time ticking down, and Mohasser with an absolutely true kick at the Bronson, but the grassy knoll has brought it back. "82 minutes now gone in the match. Cape Breton Capers down 2 here at the Raven Perch.
2-0. They need to find something, and they need to find something soon.
Here comes Stolar. Long distance strike, and
It's worth a try for me.
Kyle Potter, safe hands. I think Kyle Potter prefers to kick from the ground, but not enough space there.
But Danny Asaf's done well there.
Asaf, can he hold it up? A lot of black jerseys around him, but he'll continue to dribble. He's skinned 3 players and still hanging on to it, looking for a foul, not given. Still with the ball, looking for support. He'll go back to Mazzotta. Mazzotta's done very well against 3 Capers, into the corner as well, and he's won himself a corner kick. Carleton Raven, you can see the purpose now. They're just trying to take away opportunities from the Capers.
They've been very industrious all day, Stevie. They've been ahead of Cape Breton. They've hungrier, they've wanted it more. They deserve to be up 2-0. They have a massive 12th man. It's in some cases possibly intimidating to some of the younger Cape Breton players. I mean, Cape Breton really just has been a step behind all day, and the scoreline adequately reflects the match.
Ball, far post. That's Williams being hounded by Vitar. Carleton growing in confidence. Ball lofted in by Mohasser. No purpose, but
yeah, we're at a point in the game, Stevie, where if the scoreline actually changed drastically, you would have to say that it would take a monumental collapse. Because at the moment, you just don't see Cape Breton even having a glance into that. But it can all change in a moment.
Waters dribbles into a wall, and looks like he's actually committed the foul. He came over the ball. Can't see who's down there. Is it?
It's Gabby Vitar.
And that says a lot about Gabby Vitar in the defensive third. He's a forward player, and there's the Raven Red flares. And the crowd is really, really enjoying this night, trying to urge their Ravens on to a national championship. It would be their first in their history, Alex, and they've been a silver medalist twice over their 39 seasons. 1984, of course, losing to UBC on this field on penalties, and the 2002 final, which the Ravens also hosted, losing to Brock. Flag's gone up. Asaf is offside. Stolar taking a few extra yards. Wayne Lynn spraying it up to Williams. Williams can't bring it down.
Another example, Stevie, just the hunger of the Carleton players. Referee Moseni coming over to the near post. Is there a player on the ground?
Yeah, I think it happened behind the play, Alex. Not sure who it is. It looks like it might be a Raven. Time is now really the biggest opponent for Cape Breton, isn't it?
Most definitely is.
No break in the action here, and Carleton, I'm sure, are happy to just let the clock wind down. The crowd is still singing, still committed. Not sure if that drummer's getting paid, Alex, but he's been keeping the beat all night long.
Like a metronome, he's got that rhythm for us.
Mitch O'Brien trying to urge his team on, having a chat there with Hassan Mohasser, the Chelsea native, number 17. Started off his career as a Concordia Stinger. He's a local boy and came back to finish it off with the Carleton Ravens.
And they're not finished yet.
They are not finished yet, Alex.
Just in the dying minutes, Stevie, have seen individual anger and frustration from the Cape Breton players, but not a sufficient level of collective
Urgency,
drive and urgency to get back into it. And the way that takes shape is hunting in packs, closing down in units. I mean, it's just really been individuals for Cape Breton. It hasn't been a lot of collective play. I just haven't seen the quality that this side is known for. Carleton's done a brilliant job of stifling them, unsettling them, and destabilizing their passing game.
Yeah, and really dictating the tempo as well, Alex. And and there's a dangerous ball in Cape Breton, and they managed to pull one back. Long ball in. Kyle Potter couldn't quite get on it. There's a little bit of pushing going on, but it's Cape Breton. It looks like they pulled one back. It's 2-1 Carleton. Unless there's a foul there, I believe, pardon me, there is a foul, and I think the referee has deemed that foul worthy, and we'll check that on the replay. Ball launched in, and why not? Ball comes in, Kyle Potter.
No, it is
a goal. It is a goal, yeah, and there was no foul there at all. No. I thought the ball...
Yeah, it was a fair goal for me, Stevie. It is 2-1. Cape Breton is on the board. There's about 2 minutes to play, probably a substantial amount of stoppage time, at least about 5 minutes.
Came out of nothing, Alex, as well, and Cape Breton really at this point just launching the ball down the field. And
this match is far from over yet, Steve. It's going to really seem like a long time for the Carleton Ravens now.
And the Capers send it into extra time. They needed that goal. They needed it badly, and it came at an opportune time for the Capers as we're winding down the match here, coming up on 89 minutes. Ravens 2, Capers 1. It's everything we imagined.
It will take immaculate concentration from both teams. And Carleton to retain the scoreline, and for Cape Breton to find that coveted equalizer.
Derek Ahmad just boots it as high as he can, and Gafiro on Williams. There's Batar trying to get involved. Cape Breton now just launching long balls in. Kyle Potter will collect that. Kyle Potter. There's Rodney Raven, the mascot. Don't see him too often.
Yeah, Rodney looks concerned, doesn't he?
He certainly does. It's the Capers have clawed one back, and interesting clearance there. Popped up. Rain Lynn will knock it back to Daniel Clark. That's a push in the back on Mitch O'Brien. The Capers not happy about it, but it's going to go Carleton's way. In the 90th minute now, and we'll have a substitution for the Ravens. This Alban Neto will come in. He's a defensive player, Alex, and get in the air.
It's his first appearance in the tournament, if I'm mistaken.
Coming onto the field, number 5, Alban Neto.
Ricky Comba shouting some instructions there, and Dario Conte will go into the corner. Not sure who came off there for the Ravens. Carleton now trying to nurse this home. Danny Asaf will give some light pressure. Not sure how much.
Absolute Group 1 football for the Cape Breton Capers now.
6 minutes of extra time, you're right, Alex, and it's going to seem like a decade for the Carleton Ravens.
Eternity for the Ravens.
Plenty of time for the Cape Breton Capers to get back in this match, and Neto has to be careful. It's gone for a corner kick. Can the Capers fight their way back, tie up the match, send it into extra time, and anyone's game at that point? The Ravens defending this corner kick. It's swung for a post, and it's going in. It's Cape Breton Capers, and they've tied it up in dramatic fashion. It's Waters with the equalizer. It's 2-2, and there's still time left on the clock in regulation, Alex. That went directly in. Charlie Waters. That's a big, big goal for the Capers.
An absolute dagger in the heart for the Carleton Ravens. They're so susceptible after you concede. We just had a couple minutes left to kill. They were unable to do it. Just incredible scenes here. Clutch from the Cape Breton Capers. Really, it's unbelievable. It's a 2-2 scoreline. And we just see the replay now. The ball comes in. It's over Kyle Potter's hands, directly into the net. Kyle Potter mistimed his jump and his punch. We have a tie game with a few minutes to play.
Here's Dario Conte coming forward. Ravens. Ricky Comba.
Charlie Waters.
This was asked by Cape Breton. Cape Breton now looking the more composed side and knocking into Kyle Potter. Just a few minutes left now of injury time. Into Asaf. Asaf knocks it into the 18-yard box, but it's cleared by the Cape Breton Capers, who are now trying to relieve the pressure. And we thought we were in for a match, and looks like Carleton were going to salt it away, but Cape Breton with 2 late goals, and they clawed their way back. And what a tournament this has been. Every game has been nail-bitingly close, and here's Asaf. Does he have a winner in it? Out to Ricky Comba. Comba has tackled well there, and it's gone for a throw-in.
It's just a breathless turn of events here. It's incredible how this match is unfolding.
Crowd is trying to get back into it. Owen Shepard there, number 19.
How many players will Carleton commit to this corner?
Dario Conte. Do Carleton have a dramatic winner in them? Ball flicked to the top of the box. And the ball struck in by O'Brien, but cleared by Cape Breton. Still alive, and Ricky Comba looks like he was fouled on the ankle there, and Owen Shepard will go in the book. That's a tough foul there, especially to give it up at this stage of the match, and Carleton will have a danger free kick, Alex, from about 22 yards.
Stevie, is the stage set for Dario Conte's special? The stadium goes quiet. You can just feel that everyone is just holding their breath.
Dario Conte.
This is where players practice is from, isn't it? This is where players initially rehearse these set pieces. They spend hours on the training pitch for moments like this.
Dario Conte. He is a free kick specialist for the Ravens. 23 yards. 4-man wall for the Capers. Far post is available. Here comes Conte. Conte now. He's curled it, but right into the arms of Daniel Clark. Clark will knock it down into the Raven half, and here comes Cape Breton. Do Cape Breton have a winner in them? Moses Kafiro. And Charlie Waters has silenced the crowd. They're starting to come back into it now. But what a clutch goal from number 7. The Cape Breton Capers. That was awkward there, but it's gone out for a throw-in. And actually, pardon me, it's gone out for a corner kick. I meant to say goal kick, but it's actually touched Hassan Mohasser in the eyes of the official. We know what happened on the previous corner.
Oh, the pressure is immense.
Cape Breton, an outswinger now to the top of the box. It's flipped in. Potter deal with it. Here comes Carleton. And I believe that's the final whistle, Alex, and that'll end the match at 2-2, and we'll see some extra time. And wow, Cape Breton just turned it up when they needed to. And cardiac kids, but they came back with 2 goals in about 5 minutes, and it's 2-2, Alex.
In the nick of time, they did business for the fans, they did business for the coach, for the program. Stevie, they had nothing. They didn't look like they had anything in a single goal today. They looked like it was going to be a hapless performance. But you can never count a team like Cape Breton out. It took them just a couple minutes to draw level. It's full time. Cape Breton Capers 2, Carleton Ravens 2.
You're watching the U Sports Men's Soccer Championship on CBC. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with extra time. And welcome back to overtime here, U Sport on CBC, and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championship from Carleton University in Ottawa. The Ravens up 2-0, but have conceded 2 late goals, and the Capers have found their way back in the match. And we'll get ready with extra time, 2 15-minute periods, and after that, if it's still tied, we'll go to penalties. Ravens, Capers, Saturday night in Ottawa. U Sport National Championships on CBC. The stage is set for a spectacular finish. Long ball from the Capers. They've been playing direct most of the evening. Got them back in on the first goal, and the second goal from a corner kick was enough to beat Kyle Potter and send the game into extra time.
Matt Wash on the pitch for Carleton.
Wash number 20, there's Gabby Bitar. Bitar will play it up to a Saf. Done well there, but too many black shirts. Mod into O'Brien. O'Brien into Conte. Conte tried to force it, and here comes Cape Breton. Right down the middle, Cape Breton Capers. Ball is squeaked through, but dealt with by Mohasser. Up to Bitar. Bitar, semi-breakaway there, but good slide tackle there by Stolar. Waters tries to slice it over everyone's head, but here's Gabby Bitar playing as a lone striker now. It's Cape Breton Capers. Ewan Bold out to Stolar. Crowd still involved. Quieted a bit by the 2 goals from the Capers, unexpectedly so, right in the dying few minutes of the match. The 6 minutes of extra time was justified. There were a lot of stoppages throughout regulation. The crowd is inching its way forward. Mohasser under pressure, and yeah, enough of a push there for him to get the foul.
Yeah, Carleton would definitely find it shocking as to what happened over the last few minutes of regular time. They need to just maintain their head and keep their system. I know it will be very, very disheartening, but to be here in extra time, but they have to keep playing the game.
Breton looking to capitalize on the momentum they generated in the last 5 minutes of regulation and extra time. Really were outplayed most of the match, but did enough to come back, and Ravens find themselves in a battle with the handball, but not really. And Mohasser will dispossess his counterpart. But the ball's found Dario Conte into the Matt Huash. Down for Puccioli will cut inside, and he's got Ricky Combo available on the Bronson side. Pardon me, that is a Saf, and a Saf will have a strike. It's come off a caper, but Daniel Clark is collected. Long ball down into Kyle Potter. Really, it could just be one mistake. It could change the match here. Here's Moses Kafiro on a bit of an adventure. And it looks like it's going to be a late challenge, a foul on Rain Lin, who was late and untidy, and he'll go in the book. That's the foul from
just before the full-time whistle.
Dario Conte will settle on this at around 43 yards in the Capers half. Danny Asaf looking to make a run. Gone into Batar. Batar crosses it in. Williams lets it go. Good decision, as Ricky Combo wasn't going to get on the end of that one.
Four and a half minutes played. Stevie K. Breton just seems content to just sit deep and absorb this pressure, and then play more of a direct style than Carleton, as you alluded to a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances at the back, and Mohasser just took one there, and he's been dispossessed. And it's a good cutback. Here come the Capers. It's an opportunity. It's bouncing around, and Hassan Mohasser.
His heart must have been in his throat.
And that's a tough giveaway at this stage of the match. As you can see, Cape Breton, the veteran side, is really not really playing around in the back. And here comes a Matt Huash. Oh, and the ball met Danny Asaf, but Daniel Clark couldn't get to it. Good opportunity for the Ravens.
Very dangerous cutback. Pulling those V moves is not for the last defender.
Carleton Ravens, crowds fully behind them, and they send them home happy. Batar into O'Brien. O'Brien out to Combo. Combo with a quality cross, dealt with by Cape Breton. O'Brien into Conte. Conte head up. He's got some space. Dario Conte. He eluded Charlie Waters and cut it into Piccioli. Top of the box for Batar.
Batar's touch just a little bit loose.
Looks like Piccioli, pardon me, Gabby Batar might go into the book. He wants a debate, but he will not have one. That's a yellow card. Quasi Loney trying to keep it positive.
Substitution for the Cape Breton Capers. Coming on to the field, number 8.
We have a substitution there being announced. He didn't quite catch it. Kyle Potter will come and collect it as the Cape Breton Caper with a swing and a miss there. Might have been Carlo Corey up front. Foul call on Mitch O'Brien there as Williams and O'Brien get tangled up and still having a word with each other. Not sure what Danny Williams is on about. He got the call. It's good officiating here, just telling them both settle down a bit and good sportsmanship here. In a very tense match, the U-Sport semi-final. Montreal Carabin defeated Guelph in the first game. The other Ontario team, the Carleton Ravens, looking to book their ticket. Cape Breton with a dangerous far post free kick. But a foul's been committed and Carleton will take it. Ponte didn't do quite enough, and Rain Lin will play it down the campus side. It's still there. Gabby Bitar was fighting for it, but it's Gabby Bitar.
I'm not sure if he might be in trouble here, Stevie. I didn't exactly see the flashpoint, but Gabby might be in trouble here. He has just been booked.
I think the referees.
He's given himself time to think here, Steve. He's gonna listen to his assistant referee. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
I think Bitar was going for, it looked like it was his throwing here if you watch on the replay. Went off a Cape Breton. Cape Breton player picked up the ball. Gabby wants it for the throw-in and he just tries to grab it. I think, to be honest.
Oh, there's nothing there for me. I think the Cape Breton player just went down for no reason at all.
But
the referee is going to give Gabby Bitar his last warning already on a yellow.
I mean, Rain Lin, I grabbed the ball. It wasn't his to grab, and it's a throw in. Carleton, I think, was the call. As Moses Cafiro looks to try to get it back in. Emotions are running very high here. That's Dino Morley, the Cape Breton coach, who's well off his bench, and I think he might go in the book. Yeah, Dean Morley's going to go in the book. Far too animated in that situation, and I think it was Dino Morley or one of the assistants.
I'm just baffled that he wanted a second yellow card there. A couple choice words for the officials.
And Coach Dino Morley. Cafiro into Lash, giving away possession. Here comes Cape Breton. And that ball, Kyle Potter stumbled. The ball's sitting there. Will it be finished? And the ball's gone out of bounds for a corner kick. There's no penalty. It's a penalty appeal, but Carleton got very lucky here as Kyle Potter stumbled. The ball was just lingering.
Think the back pass was just terrible. It was a fluff of a back pass to Kyle Potter.
And it looked like that was Cairo Corre in there. And it was just agonizingly close. And in comes Ricky Comba. Gives away the corner kick. Nothing there in terms of foul. Cape Breton. Really high cross into the far post.
And it's Carleton now that's living dangerously.
Over 100 minutes of soccer played here in this second semi-final.
Still too close to call.
Carleton out to a 2-0 lead. The worst lead in sports, in soccer especially, and Cape Breton found their way back. I think it's 2-2, and they're coming into the match.
Yeah, Cape Breton's definitely coming into the match.
Awkward ball headed back. Gabby Bitar is getting frustrated. He needs to keep his composure and look for his signature opportunities. Here's Cape Breton now. Ball down for Williams. Williams has done well with that, but Ricky Comba's won that tackle. Cape Breton in possession. Cape Breton out to Watson. Watson, long, high ball. And there's the second repossession for Cape Breton. Good tackle by O'Brien. Bought himself some time and Danny Asaf will come back and help out.
Carleton had no one under that second ball. Stevie, the initial ball was won by Tariq Ahmad.
Substitution for the Carleton Ravens. Coming off the field.
Looks like we'll see Matteo DeBrienne re-enter, and
Coming onto the field.
perhaps the magic sponge has done its job, and Danny Asaf will come back off.
And it's certainly disappointing to leave the pitch. He's a team player who understands.
Yeah, Matteo DeBrienne brings a different level of energy. Number 22. He's Cape Breton in possession now. All played in the midfield. There's no one there, but Cape Breton capers. Oh, I think that almost came off Tarek Ahmad, but luckily for the Ravens, he didn't stick his foot out. You see Danny Asaf there walking toward the bench through the Raven end zone. Kyle Potter gets it forward. Matt Huash. That's a foul on Matt Huash, against Matt Huash, as Cape Breton will take it quickly. Jamie Watson. Or to Potter. Potter has to punch and he's done well. No foul. Ooh, and here comes Cape Breton. 4 big boys in the box, and Kyle Potter had to be on his toes. He's not happy about the no call, but ref deemed it 50-50. We'll see it on the replay here. Ball floated in by Watson. And here comes Potter.
Cape Breton growing in confidence.
Yeah, and their direct style is really giving Carleton a headache here tonight. University soccer at its best, however. We've seen just some cracking matches here at the U Sport Men's National Championship at Carleton University on CBC Sports. Huash into Batar. Batar's done well down the campus side. He's looking to get in the 18-yard box. He's done well. It's a big run from Batar. Batar will chip it over. Clear. Let's go! Oh, blocked by Williams. Ricky Comba with a glorious opportunity, but Williams was tightly marking him, and good ball from Batar. Carleton.
It's Carleton's first real chance of the extra period.
Here's Batar. Does he have another goal in him? Ball still bouncing around, and Daniel Clark comes to collect it. Piccioli.
Oh, stepped on the ball.
Unfortunate circumstance there, and here comes Cape Breton. Williams and Hamad. Ball launched in. Oh, and it's a bicycle kick. It took a deflection. It didn't really have the power required to go in, but Kyle Potter had to be aware.
For the first half of extra time, stoppage time now. Not certain if there was an indication of how many minutes the referee would be adding on. It can't be a lot.
Here comes Ahmad Huash, and he won't get on the end of that. And 15 minutes has elapsed here in the first period of extra time. Cape Breton. There's a whistle, and I think that's the halftime whistle. So we'll. Looks like the referee's blown his whistle before the halftime. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching the U Sports Men's Soccer Championships on CBC.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our continuing coverage of the 2021 Men's Soccer National Championships from Carleton University in Ottawa. Alex Zaslavsky on the call along with my colleague Stevie. We're just underway in the second half of extra time. Here's Dario Conte with the ball. Carleton Ravens 2, Cape Breton Capers 2. It was 2-0 for most of the match, and Cape Breton found 2 late goals to force overtime. Here's where we are right now. You're looking at Kwesi Loney, really anyone's game. You can cut the pressure with a knife. It's going to be an explosive 15 minutes, Stevie.
It is, Alex, and foul against Charlie Waters there. Tarek Hamad coming up and pleading with the referee about something, but it'll be a Dario Conte special from 30 yards. Daniel Williams still Standing about 9 yards away. Here's Conte. Into the Capers box, flicked up, still alive, still being challenged, and there's Comba! Comba's done it! That's a beautiful goal! Ricky Comba! What a finish for the Carleton Ravens, and it's 3-2! That's Captain Comba! What a finish, Alex! The crowd!
Breathless scenes, Stevie. Breathless scenes. Absolute elation at Ravens Perch. Really out of nowhere, a free kick that was headed up into the air several times. You can see Ricky, the number 15, just underneath the ball, takes a touch off his chest. He had space that he toe pokes it right off of his chest into the back of the net. You could see that he had a chance to look down. He saw the space he had. Extremely good awareness from the captain to have the composure, have the experience to take that touch and know that he could hit it straight on. It's really completely unexpected. You could say against the run of play over the last couple of minutes, Carleton Ravens 3, Cape Breton Capers 2.
Early in the second period of extra time, and the Carleton Ravens have pulled one back, making it 3-2. They're in the lead. Again, setting up a spectacular final 12 minutes here. And Cape Breton's just going to be launching balls forward now and looking for any sort of chance. Ball flicked forward. Here's Cape Breton now with numbers. It's hanging around Carleton's box, but it's been cleared by the Ravens, and it's always dangerous after you've scored.
It's far from over. Carleton's been in this position before. They were in this even better position just less than half an hour ago. A lead that was squandered. Cape Breton's going to have to come back. It's going to be desperate times for Cape Breton and desperate defending for the Carleton Ravens.
There's some of that desperation now as Mitch O'Brien. Some of these players have played 200 minutes over the last 24 hours. And here's Gabby Battar, he's 1-on-4, but he's also got Matteo Debrienne in space. It's not the best ball, but Debrienne's managed to get on the end of it. There's another good run being made on the far post by Ahmad Houash, but again, the Capers committed to getting back. Here comes Cape Breton.
You're going to see the epitome of a stretched game in a moment.
Ball still in bounds, and Cape Breton will try to settle it, but they'll launch it in the box, and oh my goodness, Williams is there, and it's gone over the bar. And Williams had a great opportunity in the far post. It was a long ball. He couldn't really bring it down. He tried just to bloop it over Kyle Potter. We see the ball coming in here, and yeah, Williams didn't quite connect with it, but he was just looking for that looping header. Kyle Potter gets tangled up in the net, but Williams might want that one back. That was a beautiful ball in, and he was unmarked on the far post. 109 minutes gone in the match. We're in the second period of extra time. Just about 10 minutes remaining. Will we see more goals? We will certainly see desperation. Here's Batar. Into O'Brien. O'Brien forward for Houash. Houash into Piccioli. Here come the Ravens now. Here's Gabby Batar. He's good strike, but a little high. And Daniel Clark not bothered by that. It's taken a deflection though, fortunately for Carleton. Crowd ignited again. It's been a roller coaster of emotions here at the Raven Perch. Drama upon drama. Short corner. Carleton trying to keep possession, and it's gone for Cape Breton. Quickly put back in play. There's that signature long ball from the Capers. Here's Mitch O'Brien. Already in the book, he's got to be careful, but just a tap on the ankles. And
yeah, it's a professional foul from Mitch O'Brien, just clearly trying to stop the clock. The referee's aware of it. Cape Breton players want a red card for that, but the referee's not listening.
You're right. I think Mitch knew it was going to be a foul, but He just did enough to not to collect his second yellow. Charlie Waters. Anytime Charlie Waters is on the ball, something good tends to happen for the Capers, but we'll have another substitution as looks like Owen Shepherd will come back in. And coming off is Cameron Kilbride.
On to the field, number 19, Owen Shepherd. Substitution for the Carleton Ravens.
Looks like Quinn Honeyman-Wooten will be in.
Yeah, unexpected move for Kwesi Loney. Stevie brought Quinn in yesterday into a healthy midfield role. I'm not sure who's coming out. I want to say it might be Ricky. It's Matt Huash. He may have sustained just a bit of a knock. He looks to be limping.
Referee urging him off, but you're right. Yeah.
He just looks to be limping, and I think Quinn's going to come in. He's a big man in there. He's going to help win some of those balls that are no doubt going to be peppered into the Kyle Potter's penalty area, starting with this one.
Quinn Honeyman-Wooten,
Very pragmatic substitution for Kwesi Loney.
strong defender. Ball swung by Waters. Far post, a lot of dark shirts there, but Hassan Mohasser has managed to get a boot on it, and a bit of a reckless challenge there. It's gone
It's a Ravens throw.
Ravens way, and the Capers are questioning that call on the Bronson side. This Rain Lynn was involved.
Dario Conte's going to throw this about 35 yards.
Dario Conte does have a long throw, and he'll urge his side down the pitch, and he'll try and get it into the Capers' half, and he's certainly done that.
Had a monstrous throw for a wee man.
Flicked into Gabby Bitar, and Bitar hunting the ball there, but he's solo. Won by Tara Kamat. Mitch O'Brien now giving chase on Charlie Waters. Good cross in. Waters never disappoints in his delivery.
Yeah, Tariq Hamad with a good defensive header. Great control by Gabby Bitar. He's such a good target player, Steve. He gets a lot of credit for his ability on the ball, but he's just so great at depressurizing his troops.
Here comes Matteo DeBrienne.
Yeah, it's a long ways to go to the corner now. 10 more minutes to play, including stoppage time. Carleton needs to just keep possession, keep their shape, and stay fluid off the ball and not allow chances to be created, and not give up any concentration.
Cape Breton.
Having said that, it's going to be desperate times for Cape Breton right now. It's going to be throw everything into Kyle Potter's penalty area.
Here's Bitar now. Bitar into Conte. He's got DeBrienne making a run. Here's Matteo DeBrienne. He's in the 18-yard box. They'll cut it back. Poor decision, as there was a Caper lurking there in a defensive role, and Waters will knock it forward. A bit of a home run ball, but put Hassan Mohasser under pressure, and he'll kick it toward the Bronson side. 6 minutes remaining, plus any injury time during this extra period of overtime. Ball still in the air, and it's falling for Waters. Waters has got a lot of defenders around him. O'Brien, careful not to commit a foul in the box. Here's Cunha. Far post. Ball still in the 18-yard box. Is Mitch O'Brien, and he's done well to dispossess, and he's gone down in a heap, though. Not sure if that's a cramp. It certainly wasn't a foul. Fatigue must be just unbelievable at this stage of the game.
Fatigue is probably as intense as the pressure on the players at the moment, Stevie.
I mean, the heart rate and fatigue up here in the booth is huge. I can imagine it down at field level.
Yeah, our crew up here is nervous.
It's been an exciting game. Really, there hasn't really been a dull moment here at the U Sport National Championships on CBC.
Such an exciting tournament, Stevie. Every team has showed they belong, haven't they? Every team has been a goal or a play or a flash point away from being in the semifinal themselves.
The fans of the Ravens look concerned, and they're still singing, they're still chanting, but you can see the nerves in the faces.
It must be one of the biggest crowds ever at Ravens Perch.
Yeah, I've heard the '84 final was a big one, and this is certainly comparable. Still knocking it forward into the box, and Cape Breton is seeking that opportunity. Piccioli knocks it up and not far enough away. Waters lays it back. Here's Cape Breton just knocking balls into the box now, and there's a shot opportunity, but it's gone wayward.
It's well taken, Stevie, but it was a difficult skill from there to get the ball down. Rain Lin with an effort. It goes through the uprights, but it's not the football we're playing today.
Under the 16th minute. You don't get to say that very often in a soccer match.
But we've said it a number of times.
So many times this weekend, Alex. It's been, the extra soccer that the fans have been privy to has been...
they're getting value for their ticket, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Well, just a real sense of urgency in the Cape Breton goal. You can see how quick they are to get the ball back into play.
Ball came on the field there accidentally, so the referee will bring it back. Can Cape Breton equalize?
They did before. We know they're capable. They're not beyond it. You can never count a team like Cape Breton out of it.
There's Mitch O'Brien just trying to kick it away from goal as far as possible. Cape Breton right back in. We're going to see a lot of long
just
ball.
route one football is all we're going to see for the next 4 minutes from the Capers. Carleton defenders just have to demonstrate immense concentration.
Looks like we'll see Junior Asare, a veteran of this side, number 8, coming in for the Ravens.
And another big man holding midfield player for Quincy He's going to kick off Mitch O'Brien's like for like. Which Mitch has had a good game. He's ran a beautiful race with Quincy Loney. Junior's going to come in here and try to shore it up for them.
Mitch O'Brien exits on the Bronson side. And the Capers are looking to launch another missile into the box. Flicked away by Comba. It could go out for a corner, but I think it'll be a goal kick. Oh, and Matteo DeBrienne, I'm not sure about that. I think you might have to play that, Alex. If there's any uncertainty.
I agree. It's a risk from DeBrienne to let that roll out. He should be smashing that over the bleachers.
Ball's in for the Capers now. It's far post. There's a lot of Capers lurking there, and it's sitting. And it's not quite in. It's head to safety from Tarek Ahmad. No goal. And the Capers are all over the Ravens. And it's cleared by Junior Asare. I'm not sure how that did not go in, Alex. And just so dangerous on set pieces. I'm still befuddled at the fact that Matteo DeBrienne did not play that ball.
Tariq, come on. Cleared off the line. Stevie, you're really, really right. You could bring that back to the Matteo DeBrienne play where he was just looking at the replay now.
Williams was actually there. And
incredible goal line clearance. Unbelievable.
Capers felt like it was across the line, but it's like one of the assistant coaches is getting a booking. I'm not sure if that's Roland Tiamu or...
Yeah, I think it is Roland Tiamu who's going to go in the referee's notebook.
Perhaps one of the quietest head coaches, assistant coaches you'll ever see, but emotions running high here as Quasi Loney is demanding an explanation.
Yeah, the players were certain it was a corner kick, or a goal kick. Matteo DeBrienne was so certain to let the ball run out of play, created a breathless moment in front of
amazing
at the penalty area. It took a desperation goal line clearance for Tariq Ahmad to keep the scoreline at 3-2.
Ball bandied about, but cleared by the Ravens, and we're into the final minute of extra time plus any injury time, and there's Matteo DeBrienne just trying to get energy from the crowd, and here comes Cape Breton, the substitute, Kean Lynch, Carleton, and that ball's taking a deflection, and Cape Breton wants a corner out of it. I believe it's going to go goal kick. And we're into injury time here, in extra time, in the semi-final to go to the National Championship gold medal match where the University of Montreal Carabin await. Ball floated up. Junior Asare will lay it off to Matteo DeBrienne. Here come the Ravens. DeBrienne. He'll try to take it to the corner. Here's DeBrienne using every ounce of energy, and he'll win a throw-in. They've got 3 minutes of extra time here added on. And Carleton Ravens will be counting every second, Alex. Here's Dario Conte looking for Debrienne. Debrienne has headed it into the corner, and unfortunately for him, he's given away a goal kick.
I think he intended it, Stevie. I think he just wanted to get it across the byline, buy Carleton some time and get them back into their shape.
Not long now. Can the Ravens hang on? The Capers have been the comeback kids.
Do they have what it takes for another breathless moment? The Cape Breton Capers.
Waters to Williams. Williams has crossed it in. Those bloopers have been giving the Ravens huge amounts of stress, but
Cape Breton's so dangerous in those set pieces, aren't they? Such a big team. Skilled in the air. They're good at getting those balls in the box, and here comes another one.
just launching in the mortars, and Cape Breton will try to get a strike here. Stolar hits it along the turf.
Referee checks his watch, Stevie.
Rain Lynn, he'll launch another one in, and that's hit a hand, but the ref hasn't seen it.
It's something. There was calls for a handball. I didn't see exactly what it did. I think anything will look like a handball to the Cape Breton Capers.
Agreed. I think it came off a Cape Breton player and dealt with by Kafiro. There's Gabby Bitar.
He just needs to keep this ball, Gabby Bitar.
He's done well there, and he'll knock it down into the corner, and really just a time waste. And Charlie Waters will get it back in play as quickly as possible. Gabby Bitar. Again, the Capers just launching it forward, looking for that miracle goal. The Ravens winning that tackle into Bitar.
They do need a miracle, Stevie. They do need
Bitar.
a miracle.
Got to be careful not to get dispossessed here, and the Capers are not sure if they have enough energy. Here's Matteo Debrienne making a run, but it's gone a little too far. Charlie Waters will collect it and try to send the ball down as far as he can. Desperation time for both teams. Do the Capers have an equalizer? Here comes Kyle Potter, but it's dealt with by Hassan Mohasser. Referee doing a double check on his watch, and we're into the final seconds here.
We must be in the final seconds.
Carleton Ravens out to Matteo Debrienne. Debrienne will launch it down the field. The Capers have repossessed.
It's over.
And it's over! The Carleton Ravens have booked their ticket into the national final, and look at those faces. Those athletes have just laid it all out on the pitch, Alex, and it's 3-2 Carleton Ravens in extra time, and what a match.
Steve, it's certainly no more than they deserve. Certainly no more than the effort expended. 4 years of hard work, back in the national championship game. A few tense moments before the end of full time. A gutsy, gritty performance in extra time. Getting the goal when they needed it. And then standing strong, persevering, and holding on to the victory. 3-2. Incredible scenes at Carleton. Just a breathtaking, one of the most breathtaking nights in Carleton soccer history.
Without question, Alex, and I mean, disappointment for Cape Breton. They clawed their way back in. They never gave up. Their pedigree was on full display here, and it was just a beautiful game, an absolutely beautiful game. It's everything you want to see in sports, and the Cape Breton Capers, good sports there. You see the two warriors there, Evan Bold and Tara Kamad, and there's Tara Kamad, I believe, embracing his girlfriend on the sideline, and you can see the crowd there on the pitch.
It's absolutely emotional, Stevie. I can't understand what the players must be going through right now. It's just a combination of elation, adrenaline, a sense of relief. The desperation could not have escaped them yet.
There's Hassan Mohasser grabbing a flag from the alumni. And it's just, there's Matteo Debrienne and a Warriors effort from number 22.
We will see if we can bring you the Nike players of the game as soon as they're available in a moment.
We may not get that, but the Carleton Ravens are booking their ticket against the Montreal Carabin. We'll have a rocking crowd for that one tomorrow, and the bronze medal match will feature the Cape Breton Capers and the Guelph Griffins, and scenes of joy on the surface of Raven Field.
It is absolute pandemonium on this pitch invasion, a pitch invasion equivalent from the one in the penalty shootout.
It's a pitch invasion love fest, Alex. It's the Raven home crowd is enjoying every moment and just soaking it up. And the Carleton Ravens have hung on here to enter into the national final, which will take place here on CBC Sports. A lot going on down there, and the Carleton Ravens didn't make it easy, Alex. 2-0 up with a few minutes left. The Capers bring 2 goals back, extended into extra time, and Ricky Comba, Captain Comba, and the Nike players of the match. I believe it's going to be Ricky Comba.
We'll have a presentation in just a few minutes, Stevie, to see who the Nike players of the game are. We believe there will be a presentation.
And that's, yeah, it looks like it was Charlie Waters for the Cape Breton Capers.
Yeah, Nike player of the game for the Cape Breton Capers is definitely Charlie Waters. Stevie, well deserved. He's had a good game, great tournament. He's just really such a good player.
And I think it's going to be Tarek Ahmad, perhaps, for the Ravens, do that goal line clearance there. We see him getting congratulations. And the Ravens have done what it takes, Alex. And it's a long time coming for the Ravens, but they find themselves in the national final, which will be tomorrow's match. And you've been watching the spectacular U Sports Men's Soccer National Championships on CBC for Stevie Ball and Alex Zaslavsky. Glad you could join us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.